Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another Liquidium Lunch Club. I feel like it's been a minute. I've been gone for a while. We've got
So long.
our CTO, Pete, in the building. What's going on, Pete?
Nothing much, just hanging. Glad to be back. We've missed you, James. Been
Ah,
gone for way too long.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But we got the real star of the show here. We got the man, the myth, the legend, all one and combined. The one who's been really preaching chain abstraction, ICP, different use cases for tech stacks on Bitcoin for God a long time. Over a year and a half at least. I mean, we got the man Bob Bodily here. Bob, how are you today, man?
Let's
I feel like I have to
go.
clap. I have to clap after that intro. Like, thank you very much. Yeah, really, really happy to be here.
No, we're happy to have you, man. You are.
Oh,
I
happy.
don't think we need to explain. You are the man of the hour right now. Before we jump into everything, we definitely want to check around and see what you guys got going on. It is the lunch club, of course, so if you got any eats going on, this is the time to check in. I'm over here off of the strength of some beef jerky and some cranberry sparkle water, some real hardcore stuff today. Pete, you got anything
Oh,
going on, bro?
I forgot to give Bob the heads up that this is the lunch club. We normally have food. We try
Oh,
to, but we
you
never have
blindsided
food.
him,
It's
bro.
always, it's always just drinks.
He doesn't look like
So I got
Sandra
something nice
Bullock to
today,
me,
though.
bro. Don't blindside him, man.
Yeah.
I have a giant glass of water, and
That's all he
I
needs.
let's see what else. I just ate a bowl of oatmeal.
Oh yeah,
There
let's
we go.
go. Sturdy.
The meals of gods. Let's
Yep,
go.
yep.
Yeah. I'm also lame. I've got nothing but caffeine. I got a matcha latte, homemade.
Oh,
And then just some coffee. That's literally it.
the matcha latte is kind of impressive. I like that choice.
It's kind of nice, dude. It's a new thing. It's really good. New thing for me at home. But um,
We do have to quickly touch on one point before we jump into things. We got to give a moment of silence for Lady Liquidium. Pete, if you could play the trumpet for us, please. Um,
I see you're in the audience, so it's perfect. Perfect timing. Bam, bam,
yeah,
bam.
exactly. Like hand over the heart. We
Bam,
will
bam,
forever
bam.
miss you, Lady Liquidium, as a part of this show. But of course, you are more than welcome to come up and let us know what you're cooking at any point in time, because Lady Liquidium is in the kitchen right now. Maybe not physically. I hope not. This would be kind of crazy if she was. But yeah, she is working on something pretty dope. I'll let her explain that at some point whenever she's ready. But yeah, I want to give you guys the heads up there. But Pete, take it away. Take it away. Enough cutting the corners here, man.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming, Bob. We appreciate your time. I have been having so much fun on Odin.fun, and I love all the clips that people are saying on Twitter. And I think you capture all of them really well. Like, there's a lot of great quotes. I see like trade like gods, blazingly fast, supersonic speeds. I just love it, man. It's great. Seems
Supersonic meme coins was one of
super.
the ones that like I didn't think of that, but it just fits. Like
Oh,
I'm almost compelled to the point that I can't not, push those taglines out because they're just gold. It's just gold.
dude, they are. They are gold. They're great. They're great. All of them. Supersonic meme coins is fire.
I fucking
That's a
love it.
really good one. And it's so true. You know, you're so fast, so easy. You know, you just got the one click going by. Easy. I'll be like just buy, buy, buy sometimes instead of even wasting time putting in the actual number. So nice. Such a great experience. So yeah. Congrats, man. Congrats. But
Thank you.
yeah, so we got a lot of a couple questions here, you know. The first one is what memes should I buy? What memes did you deploy? And how big is Bob Balls sending? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, you can just go on the platform, just go to the all tokens page, and you can directly sort by created at. That will give you a list of the oldest tokens, the first deployed tokens, So just click in there and you can find the dev. That's my, official dev account. And you can see the tokens that I've deployed. In terms of like what meme coins you should buy, that is a question that only that's an individual personal question that each person needs to answer for themselves deep down in their own heart. I would say, take some money that you are totally okay with it going to zero. And, I would say buy the things that you love, and then there's no way to go wrong. Don't get overexposed. Don't just ape into things willy-nilly. Like, I think there's a time and a place for fun.
Bob, there's
And
got to be a
dedicate
joke
a
here
budget to
about.
fun and yeah.
There's got to be a joke here about wanting to be overexposed to your balls, man. I'm sorry. I'm cool with it. I'm fine with that, bro.
Yeah, there are memes galore in the Bob Balls community. So
That one is
yeah.
my favorite. That one is my favorite, hands down. But you're right. You're right. Everybody's got to remember to take caution, but have fun doing it. It's not about how much money you make or lose. It's about the friends you made along the way.
The balls you
Just kidding.
gained.
But yeah. But yeah, man. So of all the different needs in like the Bitcoin ecosystem, the Bitcoin meme coin space, what made you want to choose to build like this Odin.fun, pump fun kind of playground for people to play around? Why'd you settle there?
Yeah. Yeah. So we've been building, started a company in basically summer of 2021 and built a bunch of NFT tech, kind of, rode the NFT hype through kind of April of 2022. And then NFTs have been kind of down only since then, except for briefly recently and Ordinals. And so on our end, coming into the end of 2023, we kind of sat down early November and we thought, what is it that we think the space needs? What is it that we have that's unique on the tech side? What is it that we can kind of craft here from a, fantastic user experience, but still have, reasonably good security and good trust assumptions? And how can we kind of, put the puzzle together so that everything kind of lines up? And out popped Odin.fun. This was the brainchild essentially from this kind of deep discussion. And we basically took everything we've learned over the last 4 years and crammed the best of everything we've ever done into Odin.fun. So that's the origin story.
Fire. Yeah, it's definitely something that was super needed for the space. People tried to do it a couple different times, this like, token launching platform. But yeah, it seems like, Odin is the one that's found this product market fit. They put together the right pieces from the right parts, like you said. And it seems like people are happy.
I want to quickly just give
Yeah.
Bob his flowers on that too, because I think a big part of adoption is feeling that it's trusted, right? Bob's been here for a long time and talking about this, kind of tech for a long time. So for someone to really hit the market hard with it and to really show the capabilities and for it to be Bob, I just got to go ahead and put that out there,
Nice.
Yeah.
Proof of work.
100%.
Proof of work. Yeah. No, that's great. So another question we had is, I know you've been building Odin in stealth for quite some time. Maybe you want to talk about like how that experience was, because before, I know you guys built Bionic. Bionic wasn't necessarily in stealth, but maybe like if there's like pros and cons to building in stealth or anything to talk about there, that experience.
Yeah, so for us, building an Ordinals L2 marketplace like Bionic was great, but really hard to get traction because nobody wants to bridge their Ordinals. People have tons of Ordinals and the user experience is honestly quite poor in almost every case. And even if you look at other chains, like for examples, like on Ethereum, or if you look at Base or Arbitrum or zkSync or anything like that, people don't really bridge assets. to other layers, specifically NFTs. It just doesn't really happen. And so, basically struggled a lot with traction on that side. I think we probably built the top, if not one of the top L2 Ordinals marketplaces. Probably had the most volume, the most traction. But moving into Odin, started building in stealth because it just felt, I don't know, it just felt right. Like a blazingly fast meme coin platform. You don't, I didn't want to like talk about it and then everyone's like, oh, like we're gonna have to wait forever for this thing. And so it's just like, no, I mean, there's a thing, it's in stealth and it's coming. And so then we would, slowly bring people on. Like we probably had a rough production ready version like end of December, probably maybe third week of December. But we brought some users in and there was more stuff to fix. So then we fixed it and then brought more users in. And it didn't really, we didn't really have people share codes or anything initially, kind of just slow growing. And then I eventually posted that tweet. It's been about a week now, and it just like took off. It was like wildfire. Everyone wanted codes, and that was fantastic for us because it gave us our first scalability test. Lots of users got in, and man, there were problems. We're still finalizing a lot of the cleanup from that, but we're to a pretty stable place now. And then when the public launch happened, we were all ready for it. We have nice, auto scaling, load balancing, everything happening on the back end. It just grows up with the users that we have. And so, launch was pretty fantastic. And now, now that I've been saying we've checked two of the boxes. The first box is like, can you build something that actually works and that people like? The second box is, can you launch it? Can you handle the scale? Do people actually want it? And then the third box, I think, is the hardest. And that's, okay, you've done these two things now. How do you pour gasoline on the fire? And how do you go take on the pump funds of the world? And I think that needs more money. And I think it needs more people. And I think it needs more, strategic resources. And that's the goal now, is to accelerate forward.
Nice. I think that's a perfect example of something else you were mentioning before too. Just taking everything you've learned, from your startup, your founder journeys before, and applying it again.
Yep.
Learning from it, evolving on it. Seems like a common theme here, and seems like it worked. So that's great. It's kind of like what's kind of like the size of the Odin team right now, if you don't mind sharing.
Currently, size is me and 5 developers.
Okay,
So
nice.
6.
Is it the same guys behind the Bionic team too?
It is the same team. Same team. Yep.
Huh. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are moving so fast, especially with all the feature requests hitting your DMs. I know I sent a couple.
I mean, never are we moving fast enough. So we're going through crazy prioritization exercises to try to like extract the highest impact things that we can do. And we have some critical and high, medium, low, and we're going through them as quickly as we can. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great. I think you guys are doing a great job so far, which goes great into the next question, which is how are things going for the rune etching? I think I saw recently you posted that should be, shooting for the next couple of days. Wondering if there's any like challenges you're facing there, how things are going with that part of the protocol.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys a sneak peek here. Never before heard by mankind. So thanks to everyone in the audience. You guys are getting the sneak peek here in the Liquidium lunch club.
Go.
The first rune etching has already been triggered and is currently in process. So we are, less than 2 hours away from first rune being fully etched.
Wow.
So we've done like crazy testing. Everything is looking really, really good. And if this one comes through, like this is our first, basically production version. if this one looks good, then we just, kick off the same process for the other 11 and then hook up our automated etching process for anything that will bond in the future. It'll essentially be a token will bond, and then you'll have to wait. There's a process that kicks off that will then, programmatically uh, create the runes etching transaction, sign it, and broadcast it to Bitcoin. That's essentially your runes commit. Then you have to wait 6 confirms, and then you can broadcast the reveal, or do the reveal, and then that has to get processed a little bit just on like the deposit side of things, and so it'll probably be about 2 hours on average as a process to go from bonded to fully etched, and tokens can be withdrawn back to Bitcoin L1.
Nice. Super awesome. That's crazy exciting. Damn, it's coming. But have you thought about how this might work in like high network fee environments? Maybe like what approaches you might be taking to help with that, to keep that etching process seamless during high fees. And
So
I guess
the only
also part of that question. Or go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you could finish.
I was just gonna say the other part of that question is like I assume it's the protocol spending its revenue to etch these for the network fees. But yeah, if
So
you
there
wanna
is,
answer this.
yeah. When a token is bonded, when a token bonds, the amount of Bitcoin that is collected as the token moves along the bonding curve is 0.211 ish Bitcoin. Of that, 0.2 goes into the liquidity pool. And then the initial creator of the token gets 0.001. That's $100. So you get $100 if your token bonds. And then the remaining is used to cover the etching fees. And so it is kind of baked into the process where
Perfect.
you don't even have to rely on us, essentially. Like every token, every token is kind of self-sustainable in that way, where it covers its own etching costs. And so even if there are really high network fees, I mean, with image optimization, I don't think we're going to have any problems there. I think we're going to be totally fine.
Perfect. That's exciting. Super novel solution to keep it self-sustaining. That's great. I see one question from the audience about something we mentioned before. If you want to answer, the question is, which coin is etching first?
That's a great question. I don't think I even know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
It's committed probably in the mempool, so I don't know which one went first. But they'll all go. I mean, there are 12 bonded right
Yeah.
now, and all 12 will be etched very soon. So
Fire. Did you think it would take off this fast? That you would have 12 bonded runes within like the first week and some change?
yeah, I mean, this one is like a straight shout out to the Bitcoin degens. Like they just jumped in and embraced it with their entire degen soul. There are a couple really stalwart Bitcoin communities that have been degenning on Solana. They've been degenning on runes, mostly on Solana and mostly not on runes. But to be able to bring that back to Bitcoin on Odin.fun, I mean, a lot of people really jumped in and just started doing a lot of trading on Odin, and so it's purely a community win here. I mean, I posted a long thread on Twitter about how it works, and then it got hundreds of retweets and likes, and hundreds of thousands of views, and I think it's partly timing. I think it was particularly well timed in terms of, I mean, I feel like it was every single day someone was yelling into the void about how terrible runes were, or what we needed to do to fix it, or that ordinals were the only valuable thing on Bitcoin, and runes were a mistake, or runes were dead, or whatever. Like, it was perfect timing, which you can't always plan. And then It's really just the community kind of embracing it. So, major props to, everyone that's been in Odin.fun so far. I mean, that's the reason. That's the reason it's been successful.
Yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. How runes were people were screaming runes were dead, and the funniest is like this is like maybe the first time that I saw some like OG like ordinal people, OG rune people like really capitulating and being like, dude, maybe runes were a mistake. It
Yep.
was getting bloody, but I think you're right. This is the perfect time to launch. Uh, dips, bear markets. These are for building. These are for locking in, launching products. So I think it's
Yeah.
perfect timing, and I'm excited to see what you guys keep cooking. Which kind of goes to the next question, which is if you have any timeline on when OG Rune AMMs might launch. Forget if I saw a tweet about this, but I don't know if there's any timeline on this right now. I know there's a lot in the backlog, so
Yep. So I would say as soon as etching is done, we will then turn on withdrawals. So you'll be able to, if you want to, you can withdraw your runes token directly back to your Bitcoin wallet. And at that point, you can do whatever you want with it. It'll have, as soon as a rune is etched, it is automatically supported on all wallets, as soon as their indexers update. So you can hold it on any wallet that is runes aware. You can trade it on any marketplace that supports runes. It'll just be all baked in. That's kind of the beauty of a protocol with an indexer is we etch it and now it lives everywhere. Um, so that will go live very shortly post etching. And then deposits, we've been working very closely with Laser Eyes as well as the Omnity team to just finalize things on the deposit side. There are some complexities in terms of like wallet integrations and runes awareness and things like that. And so um, I would say our first external rune, I mean, we're days. Uh, we're days away. We're
hmm,
already partnering with liquidity providers to come in and bring liquidity to Odin so that you have not just a really fast trading experience, but you also have a highly liquid experience as well. I think that's probably one of the most important things to have for a platform
yeah,
like Odin is liquidity. And so this is one of our top priorities is just bringing in big LPs that can come in and support the markets on Odin.
awesome, awesome. So is it kind of seen as like a separate product offering, I guess? Like, do the coins that people deploy on Odin, are they also going to have AMMs once they reach the bonding curve, or what's kind of the
It,
flow
yeah,
there?
so the 12 bonded tokens are already trading on the AMM curve.
Okay.
The tokens seamlessly swap from the bonding curve, pre-bonding, to the AMM post-bonding. It's a seamless behind-the-scenes swap. I mean, you can imagine a curve is just a mathematical function. So you can imagine just swapping the curve out once it bonds, and then trades just continue immediately. So we already have liquidity for the 12 bonded tokens. You can add liquidity, you can remove liquidity, you can earn fees as a liquidity provider. You earn fees from all the trades that happen um, through the AMM. And then once a token is etched, you can just continue to trade it. Etching a rune is more like backing behind the scenes, essentially. So nothing really changes on the front end. You can continue to trade, but it also means that when you want to withdraw, if you want to withdraw, you can withdraw whenever you want.
Nice. Nice. Super cool. Super cool. And then digging a little more into the AMMs, everybody can provide liquidity, like any user, retail and
Yep.
everybody, or
Yep.
yeah. Okay, cool, cool.
So
And then
right
are they
now you could just go to like the Odin Dog page. There's a liquidity tab on the right. You can just click liquidity and just go add liquidity and you're done. Pick your amount and click add. Super, super fast.
super fast? And is for the takers in this trade, are they going to be swapping on L1? Is that the plan, or do they deposit on Odin first before making these swaps, or how's the swapping going to work for the for
So
those
on the
users?
maker, yeah, on the maker side, on the LP side, they will have to come to Odin,
Mm,
deposit their runes, and then provide liquidity to the liquidity pool. For people already in Odin, you can just directly deposit liquidity. This is all still on the Odin side. But then if you want to go, if you want to go somewhere else, then you can withdraw back to your Bitcoin wallet on L1, and you can trade on Magic Eden or some other. Um,
mm.
so essentially, in order to enable fast trading uh, in Odin, you have to, you come and deposit Bitcoin or you come and deposit runes, and that's how we enable fast trading.
Nice, nice, super cool, super cool. Let's see here. The next question we have is, um, you know, the Bitcoin ecosystem is getting more and more products every week at this point. It feels like. What are some other unique selling points that Odin brings that other platforms might not have, or maybe some other like future plans that you guys are working on rolling out?
Yeah, there's like a million of these.
Yep.
Some of the cool ones, adding BRC20.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter whether you have a runes token or a BRC20 token or a BRC20 2.0 token. You'll be able to bring it to Odin and trade it. So if you want to trade out of dog and into Ordi and back again, that's just like a click and then another click on Odin. And it's really nice because we already have support on the backend technical side for BRC20 as well as runes. And so this is going to be a fairly quick win for us to get some BRC20 liquidity into Odin and allow people to start trading those. There's also kind of a side benefit in that BRC20s have already been added to tier one exchanges. And so there's a path where those tokens, you could imagine creating a token, launching it as a runes token, and almost like pulling it out as a BRC20 token. So you could go in as a runes and leave as a BRC20, or go in as a BRC20 and leave as a runes. I mean, like that gets a little complicated, but there could be an advantage if there's a tier one centralized exchange that wants to list a token and they already support BRC20 and they want BRC20 tokens, and we can BRC20 supply. There's an interesting angle there where we could potentially accelerate runes listings on tier one centralized exchanges via BRC20. Um, so that's one interesting thing. I mean, there's like a million here though. Like, I want people to log in with Phantom, deposit Sol, and directly have a Sol BTC pair to swap. Like, I think that's going to be fantastic. You can already log in with Phantom. Depositing Sol is not crazy, and then creating a Sol BTC pair is not crazy either. So that's a pretty low barrier to entry. Um, we could do the same with base. We could do base ETH. We could do ETH. We could do, basically any chain that gets meme coin traction. I mean, we could bring them in to onboard users. So that's pretty exciting as well. And then we're playing around with the perps idea. Hyperliquid gets a lot of traction on the perp side.
Mm.
And so there's an interesting angle where, maybe building on what we've done with Odin.fun, we could venture into the decentralized order book, lightning fast decentralized order book, like fully on chain idea. And that is pretty interesting. I think there's some, that's like a bigger thing, kind of like a, medium term thing, but could be really interesting. So anyway, those are a couple fun ideas we're throwing around.
Awesome. Awesome. That was kind of part of my next question is if there is a plan to bring other chains, because I know with tech stack that you guys chose, there is that opportunity. So
Yep.
is the goal really just to make it like easier for them to onboard? Are you guys also looking to maybe offer any other type of like cross chain features, or yeah, how are you thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, one potential future would be like a Bitcoin focused cross chain DEX, for example. Just imagine being able to trade any token you want to trade. There's also an interesting angle where there's like a Bitcoin black hole, where you basically log in with your wallet, and then it shows you all the tokens you own, and then it shows you how much Bitcoin you can get for all of the tokens in your wallet, and you just click like yes, go to Bitcoin, or like, suck all my liquidity to Bitcoin, and it's just like boom, like everything gets sucked in, everything gets handled behind the scenes, and you end up with a fantastic Bitcoin balance that you can then take back to L1, or you can like trade with. This Bitcoin black hole product is pretty interesting. Like, just the narrative around it, like all roads lead back to Bitcoin. Anything you can do
Mhm.
on any chain is coming back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is king. Like, there's an interesting narrative there where
Love it.
something like that could happen. Yeah.
Love it. Bitcoin black holes, gold. It's almost like the Midas touch, but like Satoshi's touch. Like everything turns into
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Yes. I mean, you could imagine, like, when you create a Bitcoin transaction, and there's like that flow chart where, you have all your UTXOs on the left and it branches out and all the UTXOs on the right. You could imagine a flow chart like that, but it's like all of your tokens just getting sucked into a single, Bitcoin UTXO. And it's just like, you can like click things over, and then, it's like,
Oh, that sounds fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done the sound effects, but
No, no, no,
you
we
get
need the
the
sound
idea.
effects. If the product doesn't launch with sound effects, I'm gonna be mad, and it
Yeah,
has to be
facts.
Yeah.
recorded by you personally.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's that's
Agreed.
that's an interesting idea.
I'm
That's very
submitting a
interesting.
bug report immediately.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna rally the community behind it. Everybody's gonna complain. We need sound effects.
Yeah.
Nice. Are there any other future plans besides like AMMs to maybe like the social five features on Odin? Like I know I've been bugging a lot. Streams or like like I know you already have like you can see people's profiles. Just any other plans for how to make it more social, even though it already is very.
Yeah, I mean, definitely comments are not perfect. We have, we're working on that, and the social aspects. I mean, I think meme coins are naturally social construct.
Yeah.
In the attention economy, you have, I mean, it's a social phenomenon. Like, people want to buy into the attention. And so I think community is a really big part of this. And I think there are a lot of interesting things that can be done to further push in that direction. Part of what I want to try to do with Odin.fun is take I don't know, the dumpster fire of Solana meme coin trading, and create like the highbrow, higher class, more
Mm.
premium version that's a
Mm.
bit cleaner, that's a bit less pump and dumpy. I think there's a lot of work that needs to go into that. But I think it's possible to create this narrative that like Bitcoin is king, and we're going to do it. We're going to learn from what happened on Solana, and we're going to create something that's um, more interesting, more fun, more community driven, more fair.
Mm. I like that. I like that. So there's a lot deeper there's a lot deeper drive here is like making it very Bitcoin centric, Bitcoin focused, and building on top of that, providing the same UX, if not better UX than elsewhere, and then also kind of helping people onboard onto just the layer one, which was pretty much the whole mindset behind Runes in the beginning from Casey. He's like, I'm going to launch this out here. I think it's absolutely awful and degenerate, but if it brings more people to Bitcoin, then I'm all for it. And amen
Right.
to that. So that's
Well,
great.
and
I,
yeah, and if you think about one of the value propositions of Bitcoin, it's fairness. If
mhm.
you think about like what like the change that like Bitcoin maxis are trying to make in the world, this is an economic shift. This is a monetary policy shift. This is a like the way the world works shift that is more fair than previous models. You buy Bitcoin at the price you deserve, essentially. And so this ultra fair narrative, I think, aligns really well with the Bitcoin ethos.
Facts. Facts. Very true. Runes in general, the ability to have open mints, the ability to deploy anything now on Odin.fun. Anybody can deploy. So that's great. Let's see. We have a couple of questions from the audience. I'm gonna look through here. Um, so here, this one question is, what kind of liquidity providing will be possible, like concentrated liquidity, or wait, no, I'm sorry, maybe I'm phrasing this wrong. Uh,
No, that's
I'm,
yeah, that's right. Um, Currently, it'll just be vanilla AMMs. K equals X times Y, constant product formula, type liquidity pools. We're talking Uniswap V1 style AMMs here. There are lots of interesting innovation in the AMM space. One-sided liquidity pools and concentrated liquidity pools and other interesting things there. And that those are definitely areas where we're looking for expansion, just to create a better product for users. But to start, we're starting simple, and then we can grow from there.
awesome, awesome. Then we have another question here from the audience. Do you see any other tools that might attract TradFi, like Wall Street investors into runes or BRCs? Maybe why, I'm just gonna add to it, but maybe why like Bitcoin native assets might be better than other assets on other chains?
Yeah, I mean the easiest answer there is Bitcoin is king. Look at the decentralization of Bitcoin. Look at the security of Bitcoin. Look at the cost for a nation state to attack Bitcoin. And there are some additional trust assumptions when you come and play on Odin, but the fact that you can withdraw back to Bitcoin L1 whenever you want is basically like your way of, going out into a hot wallet and trading, and then you can, take whatever you want back to Bitcoin L1. And the security and the kind of peace of mind that you get from having assets on Bitcoin L1, I mean, you don't really get that with other blockchains. I mean, all blockchains have a certain level of security and decentralization and like cost to attack and things like that. But I think it's pretty easy to argue for Bitcoin as the most resilient, most decentralized blockchain on planet Earth. And so no other asset class has this benefit. One of the things that we really wanted to do with Odin.fun was we didn't want to create a new standard. We didn't want to create a new meta protocol. We didn't want to continue to fragment liquidity.
Mhm.
Instead,
Mhm.
we've basically said, it doesn't matter what you're using. Any of the top meta protocols on Bitcoin, we can integrate into Odin, and you can trade them side by side. So, I think BRC20 is a great token standard, especially with the 2.0 aspects coming out. Simplifies a lot of the problems, gives you a lot of interesting programmability, and doesn't, make you have a new meta protocol. But yeah, kind of being more open to basically anything on Bitcoin rather than trying to like create our own kind of standard, I think is one of the things we've been focusing on.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I think we agree with that 100%. And yeah, going back to the original point of the question, I just wanted to add like I remember seeing rumors of, for example, Larry Fink was trying to launch, like a Texas stock exchange, for example, and there were like rumors, oh, maybe he wants to explore putting it on the blockchain. And it's like, do you really think that somebody who's trying to, bring in TradFi, bring in these people is going to essentially trust like a small network of validators on some other chains, or will they really go for like that security if it's supposed to handle large sums of money? Of course, then there's the trade-off of like the speed, but now like Odin kind of helps address that speed, which was kind of like the only main doubt. You have like that security and reliability, like you mentioned on the layer one, and when you want to go make your fast trades, you go ahead and port that over. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I think one of our goals with Odin.fun is that when you think Bitcoin and you think, oh, I want to launch a token, you should think Odin.fun. So, if Sailor ever launches a token, my goal is for it to be on Odin.fun. If any like big, like the goal here is to get everyone that matters in the Bitcoin ecosystem to come launch a token on Odin.fun. It's to give them the right tools. It's to give them the right token launch tooling. It's to support what they're trying to do with the token launch. It's to try to support people with support people in like the creator economy, to give people additional revenue streams, to there's like the Chris Dixon Read Write Own book, which is like foundational Web3 kind of book. And this branches out a little bit from like Bitcoin Maxi territory. Bitcoin Maxi territory is less token friendly, I would say, to put it way nicer than anyone has ever put it before in the history of the world. But
it can be brutal.
I would say that I think there are a lot of advantages to tokenization in terms of aligning the interests of users and communities and creators and investors. And I think there are ways, like models here, that can be value additive and not, pump and dumpy, and people can feel really fantastic about it. And I think it can be a net positive for the world. So, right now, we have a, pump fund style product with a fast AMM. But the goal here is that anyone that wants to launch a token in a good way will come to Odin.fun to do it.
Perfect. But I don't know what you're talking about. I think I've already been dumped on a couple times by some guy named Michael Saylor on Odin's. I think he's already there.
Yeah, he's in the trenches for sure.
Just kidding. But, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all of our questions. I don't know if anybody else in the audience has any more questions for Bob, since he's been so kind to take some time out of his busy day to come hang with us. I don't know, James, do you got any that you can think of off the top of your head? How you feeling?
Oh, I feel great, man. I think we hit most of the points we wanted to hit, other than I think I don't know if you re-asked the question about live streams. I'm kidding. I feel like the 100th
Yeah,
time,
I mean,
that's like all you've been talking about.
On the live stream side, I would say that launching your own live streams carries an immense burden and risk and challenge you're basically building a live stream company at that point. And so if we were to implement something like that, it's very likely that we would just partner with an existing provider that already has all of that tech in place. Why not just embed official Twitch streams directly into the token page?
Great idea.
And then we can leverage all the moderation and reporting features on the Twitch side without sending us all to jail, basically.
Yeah,
facts. Also, it's a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter on the dev lift if you can just integrate in with an existing provider. So live streams are not off the table. I think there is an interesting path forward there from just a community perspective. I think it was an interesting kind of stroke of brilliance to add live streams to the token page, and then it was like to go back to the dumpster fire is like my favorite way to describe Solana these days. And so I think there's a better way to do it that is more friendly, community focused, and I think part of it's tagging and flagging, and part of it's leveraging a platform that already does this for their they already do this 24/7. So
right,
100%.
You're right. Whole other product offering, but that's a great idea. That's pretty interesting. Just get the offload it to an existing product, to existing company.
Yep.
I think that's pretty cool. Could be pretty cool. But yeah, I just see that sucking up everybody's attention. If you get live streams on Odin, everybody's gonna be like, from every chain too. They're gonna be like, oh, they got it now. I'm heading over here. I'm checking out over here. It just screams attention to me.
Yep.
Nice.
We got
Nice.
we got another question from Patty Daddy. He asked when new charts.
So with the trading view specifically, there's a free tier, and you can only use the really, really basic free tier unless you are public, because you have to submit a public URL when you apply for more advanced tiers. So, I mean, we're 7 days in, so we are working on advanced charting. So hoping to get that in soon. Yeah.
That's dope. Nice. Yeah, I'll also double down just if you guys, want to you guys should go through the quests on the Odin.fun platform and get your degeneracy going, try out the launching coin feature. It's very intuitive. But I've just started on level 2 quests. I really want to do that what was it? How many trades in 60 seconds was that one? That one looked fun.
I was really, really easy on you guys. It's just 20.
Oh, it's 20?
20
Okay,
trades.
okay.
Easy.
I did a demo where I did 50 trades in 10 seconds.
Stop.
So
This
I
demo,
think,
I gotta see this.
oh yeah, I can share. I think it's the video that I've shared. It's the Odin is blazingly fast. I just shared it like a couple days ago. Anyway, you can find it on Twitter. But yeah, 50 trades, full finality in 10 seconds, and I count them all for you.
That is amazing.
Yeah, one of my favorite videos.
I'm gonna get the link
Yeah.
in the chat here. Do we have any further questions in the Discord chat here?
None that I see. I think we got all of them.
Nice.
I think we got all of them. Yeah. I guess we're good to wrap things up here.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate your time. Thanks, Bob, so much. Congrats on all the success that you guys have had so far. I think a lot of eyes are on you guys right now, and everybody's excited to be trading Bitcoin meme coins at lightning speed. So,
Sonic
yeah,
speed,
man,
baby.
nice work. Thanks again for the time, and we'll catch you around.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Peace.
Peace, guys.
See ya.